Perfect. Okay. I'm going to get started again. I apologize to everybody. I thought everybody was on, and I guess I had to admit you into the room, and I didn't realize that. So I apologize, and I will get the call started again. Hello, my name is Dr. Kurt Fisnick. I'm a chiropractor. I've been a chiropractor for nearly 40 years. I specialize in anti-aging and natural health care. Um, you know, my story is I got involved with a bad motorcycle accident 18 years ago. And for those of you who don't know about my accident, you don't know my story. Um, I was selected as one of America's top 100 chiropractors back in 2004. In 2007, I was unfortunate enough to be involved in a motorcycle wreck. A guy ran over me at nearly 65 miles an hour. I was in the hospital for 3 months, and then I was laid up for quite a while. I was in a hospital bed for 6 months, and I was in a wheelchair for nearly 2 years. Um, the bad part for me was the guy that ran me over didn't have any insurance on his car, and so I didn't get a big settlement, anything like that. I didn't have $1 million in the bank after the accident. Um, I really was left laying there, spending the savings that I had put away over the years of being a chiropractor, and wondering what do I need to do in order to have enough money to support me and my three kids. I was a single father, and I had three teenage boys living here at home, and I knew that I couldn't go back to my business of being a chiropractor. I knew that that wasn't going to work because I couldn't walk. And so I had to figure out what am I going to do. And I got started with network marketing. A couple of friends of mine had made some pretty good money in the industry. And I sat down with John and Dan, and I asked them, I said, what do I need to do? And they said, find a company that you can wrap your arms around, find a company that you can, call your own, find a company that you'd be proud to be part of. And so I got started with a company that I thought was pretty good. Um, and that was, that was right away. And they looked pretty good, but I'll tell you, after a number of years, I realized that it really wasn't the company that they presented themselves as. And that's the story that a lot of people have. I mean, if you talk to people, most adults they've been involved with at least one network marketing company, maybe more. And they've got a story, and maybe that's why they don't join you in Sisel, because they all have that bad story of what happened to them. But anyhow, I got started with that, and Dan and John taught me. They said, when you first get started, the first thing that you want to do is you want to get to work. Um, these things don't build themselves, and you got to get to work, and then you want to continue to work. You don't want to sit around and wait for the company to do the work for you. You got to do it for yourself. And that's why when you see any social media posts that I do about Sizzle, um, I'll say my company, because I'm building I'm building Kurt's business in Sizzle. And, so you have to be part of it. I mean, like I tell people, Sizzle's become a part of my life. Here I am sitting, and I've got, a dozen products laying here on my dining room table. I've got more products in my kitchen. I've got more products upstairs in my bathroom. I've got more products in my pantry, and I use the products. I am a product of the product, and I think that's really important. But the big thing is that when I got started 18 years ago in the industry, I was taught get to work, figure out what's the building block of the compensation plan. What's the basic building block? Where is it? What's the level that you have to be at where you can really start building a business, and then you can teach other people to get to that level. You can easily teach them how to get to that level. When the company I got started with 18 years ago, I hit that level in my first 2 weeks. So I started making money in my first 2 weeks. And really, honestly, I've been in the industry now 18 years. And except for that first month when I joined that other company, I've never had to pay for a single product. I've made enough with my compensation that I paid for my products. And that's really, I think that's key. It's part of your story. When people say, well, how much does it cost? And you tell them, you say, well, I've been making enough money to pay for my products ever since I got started. And I mean, if that can be part of your story, doesn't it make it um, doesn't it make it something where it makes it easier for you to get them to join? Because if you can show them what you did to get to that level, and if you've been in Sisel for a number of years now, or a number of months or whatever, and you're still not at that level where you're making enough money to pay for your products, it's never too late to do it. It's never too late to add to your story, right? Chapter 2, I made it to that level, right? It took me a while to understand it. And now that I do, let me show you how to do it. And you can always go back. You can always add to your story. And so that's really, really important. So tonight I want to cover on the compensation plan. I really want to cover what does it take to get to the level to where you can be making enough money to pay for your product plus some. Make enough money to pay for your product plus some. And I say plus some because you really want to have products lying around that, you know, if you run into a friend that's having some health challenges, you can say, here, try this. And you've got the product there for them. That's what I try and do. As a doctor, I'm running into people all the time and they say, oh, Kurt, you know, this is so easy for you because you're a doctor. No, not really, because really when I'm trying to train all of you how to do this, I don't want to train you how to be a scientist. I don't want to train you how to be a doctor, because if I have to train you everything that I know, I'm going to have to train you on 40 years worth of knowledge, 40 years of knowledge that's in my head. And do you want to learn how to make money now, or do you want to learn how to make money in 40 years? I mean, for God's sake, let's do it now. So you don't need to learn how to be a scientist. Let people like me be the doctor. Let people like Tom Maurer be the scientist. He can explain the science behind the products for you. You don't have to do that. That's the beauty of this industry. So you can take and you can share with people. You can share what's in the age pill. How does the age pill work? What's in Renovator? How does Renovator work? You don't have to know how to do it. You just share those videos. So I won't get into that. That's not what this call is about tonight. Uh, but and I really say you don't have to know the ins and outs on everything with the compensation plan. You don't have to know everything about the 8 profit centers. You don't have to do that. Milo's covering it here coming up in 3 days. On the 24th of November, on Monday, he's covering the compensation plan, right? I send people there. That's where you teach the basics. That's where you learn the 8 profit centers. So tonight, I don't want to teach that. What I want to teach is I want to teach you how to use the compensation plan to make money. I want to teach you how to use the compensation plan so that that you have a paycheck, and to me that's really really important. And you want to have a paycheck. You really want to have a paycheck that will pay you, you know, not just now, but it'll pay you 18 years from now. You know, that foundation that I laid 18 years ago, I still get paid. I still get compensation from those people that I brought with me 18 years ago. Some of those people are still with me. Of course, some of them have died, some of them moved on, some of them haven't continued. Whatever reason, I'm not in control of that. And I try and tell people that you're not in control of those kind of things. You're not in control if if somebody's going to join you today. What you are in control of is what do you do? How many people are you presenting to? Because it's really a numbers game, and you want to talk to people and you want to share it with people. And so again, tonight I want to talk about how do we build this. So let's be realistic. I want you to think about this. If I asked you, how long would it take if you gave an honest 30 minutes a day? Let's just say 30 minutes a day. Every day, maybe take off one day a week like Sundays or something like that. But let's say that you put in a half hour a day and you worked. How long would it take you before you'd be making an extra $500 a month? I want you to answer that question to yourself right now. Think about it. Be realistic. Be skeptical. Okay. Now, let's double that. How long would it take you if you put in a half hour a day, every day, to make $1,000 a month? That's $12,000 a year. You're more than paying for your product. You're making extra money. You're banking an extra $500 a month. Plus, you're going to get more than that, with the car bonus and things like that. But let's just say that's what you're doing. Okay. How long would it take you? And be realistic. Okay. Now that you got that number in your head, I want you to think about this. What would it take to make that income going from $1,000 a month to, let's say, $5,000 a month? $5,000 a month. There's a lot of people in the world who don't make $5,000 a month at their regular job. They've been going to work for 40 years, putting in 40 hours a week, and they don't make $5,000 a month. They've been going to work for 40 years, 40 hours a week, and they don't make $5,000 a month. I'm saying, what will it take you putting in a half hour a day, every day, realistically? How long would it take for you to make $5,000 a month? And it can be done. I've been doing it for years. And I know you can't do it. If I can do it, you can do it. All right. And then let's be way, way just up here in the sky. What would it take to make $10,000 a month? I mean, I know a lot of people in this industry who are making way more than that. Friends of mine are making millions of dollars a month. A month. I mean, I'd be happy with making $1 million a year. I'd be happy making $1 million every, 5 years, right? But how many would love, can you see yourself making $10,000 a month? And be realistic. Half an hour a day, how long would it take? And if they were paying you $10,000 a month, oh my God, wouldn't you be willing to put in more than half an hour a day? Yeah. Christine, I see you nodding your head, right? You'd put in more than a half hour a day if they were paying you $10,000 a month, wouldn't you? And I know everybody else would too. So at what point does that happen? Does that magic start to happen? I remember the first person that I enrolled in network marketing, she had been in network marketing before, and she had never made $100 in the company and any of the companies that she'd been in before. So I remember when she called me up and she made her first $1,000, and she was excited. She wanted to take me out for dinner. She made her first $1,000 check. And when she made her first $5,000 check, she called me. She was super excited, right? We can do that. We can do that with this. So it takes people different amounts of time, right? If you don't have a lot of credibility with your circle, right, it's going to take you longer because you got to build outside your circle. A friend of mine right now, she hangs around with orthopedic surgeons and plastic surgeons and, and dentists and professionals and all these people. And she's telling them, simply about our products, and they're hoo-hawing the products. They're telling her, oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Is she going to build a business? Not with those people. Doctors are some of the worst prospects that you can have. Attorneys are some of the worst prospects that you can have and they think that they know more than you. And what are you going to teach them? And so don't go pursuing those people. I mean, show it to them, but realistically, they're not going to be your best product takers or anything like that. So if you hear about people who get started and they instantly have a check, you know, one of two things happen. Either they cheated and the company loaded them with people so that they had a story about a check. Maybe they're part owners and they're pretending to be a distributor, or they came from another company and they had a following. You know, like when I joined Sizzle, I already had a following from that other company. So I can't go back and say, you know, when I joined Sizzle, I instantly had a paycheck. I'd be lying to you. I brought my team from the other company because when the other company fell apart on me, I had a team. I brought them with me, and that's what helped me get started over here. So I instantly had a check over here, but I don't tell people that because it's a lie. I brought people from my other company when I joined over here, but I built that and I'm building this. You know, I've been with Sizzle now for about 13 years. And if you look at the number of people that I've enrolled since the day that I joined, I've averaged 2 new people every single month for 13 years. 2 new members. Now, some of them are product takers and they're customers. Some of them are distributors and they're simply product takers, but they joined up as distributors. Some of them are distributors that joined and they decided that it wasn't the right thing for them at the time. And I say at the time because you never know what might happen. They might get in a motorcycle accident and all of a sudden they go, I got to build something to make a paycheck, right? And then they're in the same position that I would. And Sizzle, we're a 20-some-year-old company, but at the same time, the company's still at the ground level. We're a company. The market isn't saturated with sizzlers. We're definitely not. We're definitely not at that level. And so what I'm going to say is that there's a lot of people out there who need what we have. They need the compensation plan. They need these products, and we can go out there and we can build a big thing. But if you're going to build a check, first thing you got to do is you got to start by laying a foundation. If I'm going to build a house, I got to lay a good, strong foundation first. And you're never going to see a big team. You're never going to see a big check unless you build a foundation and you lead by example. You don't get to where you're making the money that you want to make. Maybe you want to make $1,000 a month and you get there and then all of a sudden you lay back in your easy chair and you say, I'm done. No, that's a bad idea because you're not setting the example for the rest of your team. Because what they're going to do is they're going to see you sitting back in your easy chair and they're going to go, well, you know, that's what Kurt's doing. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. What they want to see you doing is they want to see you engaging. And I've been doing this now for 18 years. I still put in half an hour to an hour every single day with my Sizzle business. I do that every day, 7 days a week. I don't care where I'm at. I'm building my business and because I have to set the example. And I do that and I've been doing that for a long time. And if you would put in a half an hour to an hour a day, I'll guarantee you, you know, and I don't know how I can make a guarantee, but I'll guarantee you that if you do that every day, you will see your business grow. And some months, like I find out, I don't enroll anybody. Some months, everybody's like, stay away. I mean, it's like I have to smell my armpits to see if I smell or something because nobody wants to talk to me about Sizzle. I scrape my teeth and I figure maybe I got crap on my teeth and they don't want to talk to me. I don't know. And but on other months, I might enroll 10 people, right? So it averages out. Like I said, it averages out to about 2 people per month that I've been able to enroll. And it goes in spurts. You know, I don't know if it's me. Maybe I'm in the right mindset. I don't know. But you got to do that. And you got to accept that most people are going to tell you no, not interested. That's all right. You know, you're not in control of that. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I might be selling chocolate chip cookies and people say, no, I don't like chocolate chips. Cool. You know, and so you just leave them alone. Don't chase them because that's the thing is that people expect you to chase them. And if you don't, you can always go back to them and you can re-prospect them in 6 months. You can say, hey, Bob, remember 6 months ago when I told you about that company that I was working with? And he'll slightly remember. You say, well, you tell him, you say, I started making $1,000 a month. You'll catch his ear, and now he might listen, right? So that's what I try and tell people. But so let's begin, right? Like I said, today I want to set the groundwork for how do we build this thing? How do we build it from the ground up? How do we build the foundation? Well, when you join as a wealth builder. I'm just telling you, if you're on this call, you're here because you want to learn how to build a business. And join as a wealth builder. If you didn't join as a wealth builder, go back and buy a wealth builder pack and become a wealth builder. Okay? Because if you're going to do the business, you don't want to leave any money on the table. That's like going and getting a job and the employer says you want to make $10 an hour or $15 an hour. And you say, oh, the $10 an hour is enough. Well, that's like joining not as a wealth builder. You want to join, you want to get paid for everything that you do. So join as a wealth builder. And if you didn't, you're not going to lose anything by rejoining as a wealth builder now. You just go back in your back office, you buy one of the wealth builder packs, boom, you're a wealth builder, right? But when you bring somebody on board, when you bring somebody on that's going to do the business with you, get them to join as a wealth builder, right? You're getting a big discount on the products. So you're getting a huge discount. There's a number of wealth builder packs that you can choose from. You can build your own wealth builder pack, but you don't get the discounts if you do that. But if you buy one of the wealth builder packs, you get a discount on the pack. So you're getting a great deal on the product. You're going to use the product. I guarantee you're going to use the product. And you got products that you can share with other people. You got products that you can show with other people. But when you join as a wealth builder, or if you go and sign up as a wealth builder today, the next step is important. The next step is really important. What you want to do is you want to go out and find 3 wealth builders. You want to find 3 wealth builders in the first 2 weeks. And I'll tell you why that is. Because you get paid double bonus on those first 3. So you get paid $300 on those first 3. So it almost pays for your wealth builder pack. So when I sign up Bob and I say, Bob, you're gonna join as a wealth builder. It's the only way to do that if you're gonna do this business. And let's go out and let's find 3 wealth builders. And that's what I tell them. Let's go. I go and try and help them find 3 people. We might have to talk to 20. We might have to talk to 50. I don't know. I don't know Bob's circle. I don't know his credibility. Maybe he's built his life around lying to people. I don't know. And so he doesn't have credibility. So we got to go out and we got to find him 3. So now Bob's going to get his $300 back in the first 2 weeks, right? But it doesn't stop there. So now I help Bob help those 3 people that he just enrolled. I help them do the same thing. They go out and find their first 3. And then we help those 9 go out and find their first 3, and so on and so forth. And I'm always helping people down the line. I'm trying to help people build their business. And the first step is join as a wealth builder and then do that. But the other thing is try and find 3 customers as well. In that first 2 weeks, first month, find 3 customers, right? So 3 wealth builders, 3 customers, right? That's a good foundation. Now you teach that. 3 wealth builders, 3 customers, 3 people who are just going to be good, loyal product users every single month. Okay. And I'll go over the compensation, what you'll get paid for that. But that's it. So you're going out and you find 3 people who want to do the business. How many do you have to talk to? It varies for everybody, right? But that's what you want to do is you want to set that example for people, get them going. And now you got your example going. You teach them to get their example going and so on and so forth. And you can see where this thing's going. It's a chain reaction. But at the same time, you're looking for your next 3. And I'm going to tell you, the foundation is the first 3, but the magic really starts to happen after you enroll your 6th wealth builder. The magic starts to happen. So you enroll 3, that's the foundation, get that done in the first 2 weeks, and then go out and find the next 3. Now, maybe it takes you 3 months to find the next 3. Doesn't matter. There's no bonuses if you sign them up in 2 weeks. There's no bonuses if you sign them up in 3 months. It could take you a year. It don't matter. But when you sign up number 6 wealth builder, the magic starts to happen, because now all of a sudden you start getting paid a downline to infinity on your first 3. So if you enrolled some really go-getters, some people that can really know how to build, and they're doing exactly what we're talking about, now all of a sudden you're getting a matching bonus on what they're getting paid. So if they're making 1,000, you're making 500. Come on, that's good stuff. When you start getting paid because the people you enrolled are working and they're building and you're making money, they're making money, right? So now your next 3, so you get number 6. That's where the magic starts to happen. All of a sudden, you're starting getting paid on this. You're getting paid on the first 3 of the second 3, all the way to infinity. And I'm not going to go through that. Milo covers that. He'll be covering it on Monday night. Jump on his call, listen to his recording on YouTube, and he'll go through all that. But you start getting paid on that. But at the same time, you're building your unilevel team, because all of these people, if they're following what I'm saying, don't just buy the wealth builder pack and then go, well, I can get paid as long as I buy 50 PV a month. I have people tell me that all the time. They go, well, if I buy 50, I can increase my. No, don't do that. If you're going to set an example for your team, what you want to do is you want to find 3 people who join as wealth builders and then continue to buy 300 PV per month. Because when you buy 300 PV per month, you get paid a 5% instant rebate on your order. It has to be set up as an auto ship, but you set up a 300 PV auto ship and you get an automatic 5% off. When they added that to the comp plan, boom, I was there. You get paid an 8% rebate on that product order. Plus, if you do that consistently for 12 months, they go back and they reimburse you for all your shipping costs. So that's like getting paid 20% on your own order. It's like the 9th profit center in our compensation plan that nobody really talks about. It's like having the 9th profit center. Think about that. You're getting paid almost 20% on your own orders. I mean, holy cow. Why wouldn't you do that? And don't leave any money on the table. That's what I try and tell people. You don't want to leave any money on the table. So you found your 3 wealth builders that joined right away. You got your money back. Now what happens, right? You enrolled your 3 customers that are buying 300 PV on auto ship. Okay, that's what you did in the first month. Let's just say you did this in the first month. And so how much you're going to make? You're going to make about $450 US dollars just by enrolling 3 wealth builders and 3 customers that order the 300 PV per month. Okay, that's enough to pay for your product. I told you tonight's compensation plan training was how to make enough money to pay for your product. Well, there you go. Now, month 2, how does this continue? Because you're not going to get the wealth builder bonus. You're not going to get the double wealth builder bonus. So how does it change for that? Well, because month 2, you've taken the 3 wealth builders that you got to join and you've trained them. You've helped them find 3 who also found 3. So now you're going to get paid on them. Plus, now the first 3 wealth builders in month 2 that you enrolled last month, now they convert to regular distributors, right? You don't get paid on the wealth builder plan anymore. Now you get paid on the unilevel plan. So you get paid your 7%. They went out and they found 3 more wealth builders for themselves. They got their money back. Bonus, right? Because how much happier can you make a person feel if you help them so they can say, I got started for nothing. I mean, think about that for their story. They go on and tell their circle of people, they tell their circle that I got started for nothing. It adds to their credibility. Now, the next month, they get paid on the 3 of the 3 that they got started, right? So all of a sudden, they're making enough money to pay for their products every single month. And so are you. Month 3, that just builds from there. Let's say that you go out and find your second wealth builder. Boom. Every time you enroll a wealth builder, from then on, right? From then on, you're getting paid over $100 US dollars for every single wealth builder you bring on. So why would you stop at 6. Why would you stop at 6? Enroll them all. Enroll them all, right? Get them all to come in as wealth builders, and you just keep enrolling them and enroll them as a wealth builder. And, you know, people ask me all the time, but you don't want to just put everybody in a straight line, right? No, you want to help build teams. So what I'll do is I'll take and I'll enroll them as a wealth builder, and then I'll look at my unilevel structure and I'll say, well, you know, Bob is a great leader, you know, like Katie. I'll tell you, Katie is, if you know Katie Larkin, she is an awesome leader. She's involved with this. I mean, she's 100% on board with Sisel. She's involved with working with this AI. She's teaching me how to use this AI stuff because I'm a knucklehead. You know, I mean, when it comes to this stuff, I was just talking to my friend Alan today, and Alan said, "Oh, Kurt, you got to get involved with network. You're gonna with the AI." And I'm like, you know, there's so many things to learn in today's world. I feel like I was born in the 1920s. You know, I just can't. I got a big head, but I just can't pack it all in there. It's clogged up with too much stuff. They should put a spigot, so I can drain out the old stuff out so I can put the new stuff in. But that's not going to happen. So let's be realistic with it. So I got to just keep learning on, or I got to go out and I got to enroll people that know how to do this stuff, right? I mean, oh my God. I mean, Katie is learning this stuff, and it's like she can pick it up like that, right? Why do I need to learn it? I've got Katie, right? So go out and find somebody that you know. Maybe it's your friend's son. He's looking for a way of making extra money so he can buy a new car or pay for college. But he knows how to do this internet stuff. Boy, I tell you, these young people, they understand this AI, they understand this TikToker thing and Facebook and Instagram and all that. They're great at it, right? Get them on your team and just say, hey, I'll help you build a team. I'll help you get paid for doing those TikTok videos. Here, let's do this. I'll teach you how to, I'll show you. Dr. Kurt Fisnick will help you. Katie will help you. And we'll help you do that, right? So you find people to know how to do the things that you don't like to do, or maybe you don't want to learn how to do, just like I'm doing. I love doing this kind of thing. I mean, you can tell I'm into it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. Get me talking about the science behind the products. I know I talk about the science behind the products. Tom Senior, you know, he and I used to sit up till 2 o'clock in the morning talking science. We used to talk about product all the time. Before he came out with the H pill, he and I were talking about the ingredients in the H pill. I was already taking some of the ingredients on the H pill. He's like, "Oh no, Kurt, you're not taking enough of that, and you're not taking." And when he came out with the Stemolytics, you know, when he came out with the Stemolytics product, you know, he told me, he's, "Oh, you're not taking enough of this, you're not of that," because I was already taking the ingredients. I just didn't have the Sisel product. I had the ingredients because I was learning the science, and I was like, I got to learn this stuff. I got to be on it because, you know, I'm 63 and I want to live to be 110. Well, you don't do that by waiting until you get sick and then going, oh my God, I need to take that product. No, you want to start taking it now. And that's what I try and teach my people is start taking it now. Don't wait until you're sick. You know, don't wait until, you know, we have a med bed to lay on and stuff like that. Don't wait until you can go to the doctor and now. Start doing it now. But go out and you find 3 wealth builders, get them started in your first week. Join as a wealth builder, or go out and buy the wealth builder pack right now and then become a wealth builder. Go out and find 3 wealth builders right away. 2 weeks. Get them in there so you can get your money back. Now you're in for free. People say, how much did it cost you? It's nothing. It cost me nothing. Go and find 3 customers and then start looking for your second 3 wealth builders. Magic starts to happen after number 6. Keep enrolling people like I've been doing, you know, 18 years. I'm still bringing them on board, right? Every month I'm trying to bring people on board. I'm getting fired up just doing this video. I'm going to go out and probably work harder tomorrow than I have in the last 2 years just because I'm doing this video and it's getting me all pumped up in my head. But that's really how you do it. Now, I'm gonna when I send out the recording of this video, I'm gonna send out a short video that I did. It's like, I think it's less than 5 minutes. I don't remember if it was 3 minutes or 4 minutes long, but I called it my napkin presentation. And what I did is I talked about 3x3, right? Building a 3x3 plan. You go out and find 3. You help those people find three, you help those people find three, you help those people find three. And you can go out and just enrolling three people as distributors. No customers. I don't talk about the wealth builder plan. I don't talk about anything now. I just say, go out and find three people who do the 300 PV per month. How long will it take to make $1,000 a month? And if you do that, you can build this thing in a short period of time. You could be making an extra $1,000 a month. Okay, so I'm going to cut it off there. I'm going to cut it off there as far as this goes. And I'm going to open it up for some questions because I know some of you have some questions. But really, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a part two. I'm going to take off from where I left off today. Today, how do you get started? How do you make enough that you can pay for your product? Step one, right? Because you've got 100 people in your circle that want to be on the products. They just don't know about the product. And if they can be on the products for free, and what I tell people is that think about this. If it made sense to you, if you're here today, for gosh sakes, you know it makes sense to at least three people in your circle, right? You can't be the only intelligent one in your circle. You've got three people who will be here. They'll do this. They'll do it because it makes sense. The products make sense. When you look at the products, when you look at the ingredients. I mean, the thing about network marketing products is this. I've used a lot of products in my career as a doctor, right? I've told people about products for a long time. When I first graduated from chiropractic college, I didn't know the difference between vitamin C and vitamin C and vitamin C. I mean, to me, vitamin C was vitamin C. Vitamin D was vitamin D. Calcium was calcium. I just told people I just take vitamin C. And then I started to find out as I was in practice, there's a difference. There's a difference. And when you go to the store, and I won't name any stores because I don't want them jumping on my case and suing me or anything like that. When you go to the store and you buy a vitamin off the shelf, what are you getting? Well, in most cases, you're getting a vitamin that ain't worth the cost of the bottle. A friend of mine had a different network marketing company and a different product line, and he's out of business now, so I can talk about him. But he made the most popular multivitamin, at least in the United States, might be on the planet, but most popular multivitamin. And he said that you could eat the bottle and probably have a safer product than taking the product that was in the bottle. He said you're safer to drive down the road and throw them out the window. He said that only 3% of people were able to actually absorb what was in the product. The other 97% couldn't absorb it. And that was the best selling multivitamin on the market. He made that for them. And they wanted to have a really good product, but it cost too much. So when people say, oh, but Sisel products are so expensive, the question you have to ask, compared to what? I mean, really compared to what? I've sold a lot of products in my life, in my practice. I paid a lot more for products there than I do here, and they weren't nearly as good. And knowing what I know now, it's not about selling individual vitamins. It's about the formulation, right? When you look at this product right here, the H pill, you can look at the ingredients and you can say, oh, I can go buy those separately. But if you bought the same ingredients separately, it's going to cost you more than buying the H pill. So, yeah, compared to what? That would be the question I have to ask them. And, I mean, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So hang on one second while I unmute the call, and then we can answer some questions you guys might have. So give me a second to figure out how to do that. Let's see.
Hi, Kurt, it's Sandy. Everyone can just unmute themselves if they need to, if they want to ask you a question.
Okay, so you individually have to each unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. But go ahead and we'll see if I got this figured out how to do it. Remember, I'm computer illiterate. So you got to unmute yourself. All right. Christine, I see you're on. Oh, now you're muted again. Joan, you're unmuted. What question do you have?
I've got something to say. I've used the age pill now since May.
Hang on one second. I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know if I. I'm trying to turn the volume up here, and it's not working.
You're sounding loud.
Try it again. I'm going to put my head right up to my phone. Everybody can look in my ear.
Yes, I've been using the age pill now since May, and I went to the eye specialist, and my macular degeneration has decreased so much that it's better than when I first saw him several years ago. And he was excited. He got on and got the age pill up on his computer, and that was the eye specialist.
Wow. So did he
He said, he said to me, I want this. And his nurse said, so do I.
Did you sign him up as wealth builders?
I sent the information down for them to sign up because I live in Rockhampton and they live in Brisbane.
Okay. Perfect. Now you got to follow up. The magic's in the follow up, right?
I will.
Perfect. Did everybody hear that? What a story. I mean, and again, I apologize that you have to look in my ear, but it's the only way that I can hear her talking on my phone. So, all right. Well, Joan, thanks for sharing that. Tim, do you have a question?
I don't really have a question. Well, actually, I probably have a couple of things. One of the things is I'm actually on the age pill as well, and I'm also on the for restore, and the other one in the fridge is the Focoidin. And I have just noticed that because I'm also taking insulin and so forth, and my long-term, I take two types of insulin. The long-term insulin, which I take every day, I have actually reduced it slightly. So I'm actually pretty excited about that.
You bet. And there you go. You've got a story, right? You should be standing on the rooftop telling people exactly how you feel, and you tell them, and I can show you how to get this product for free.
And now
right?
now in my last order, I've just got the whatever it is, the other one, the Stemolytic. So it's like, yeah, and I just feel great. It's like, you're just doing the right thing, and your body feels like, yay, this is good.
Yeah. I found out about some of the ingredients in the Stemolytics actually by accident. I was on a Mayo Clinic website. If you're familiar with the Mayo Clinic here in the United States, they're really involved with cancer and things like that. But they said they were going to become the top anti-aging clinic in the world. And I went on their website and I tried to figure out, how do they plan on doing that? And they were talking about Senolytics. And so I started doing some backpedaling on their research, and I found out about a few things that are actually ingredients in the Stemolytics product. And me and Tom Sr. sat up for hours and hours talking about that. And that product should be our number one selling product because it does so much. Over the course of the next couple of years, you're going to hear a lot about that product. Mark my words, you're going to hear a lot about it because it's a magical product. Those 8 active ingredients in there do so many things.
Yeah, I know. I looked at the ingredients and I thought, wow, this must be the synergistic effect. It's like,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, and then now, did you notice that the 4 Restore has actually gotten it's a formula upgrade?
Oh, actually, I think I did the first time I got it. Yeah, I thought I did see that, and I thought,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Wonder what that means.
Yeah, yeah, they just upgraded it this month, and so I got my first order incoming
Oh,
because
so that's why it wasn't available, because it wasn't available last time.
yeah, because they were upgrading the formulation, and you have to upgrade all the labels, you have to upgrade everything to the
Cool.
FDA because we're a company that we have to follow FDA guidelines because of the status that we have, and so we can't change a product until we pull all the old
Mm.
product off the market, and we have to upgrade the labels and everything. So go check out that new product, the new 4 Restore product. It'll blow your mind. It's at least twice as good as it was before.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yep.
exciting.
So yeah.
Hmm.
Anyhow.
Kurt,
So
Excellent.
it's Susanna here. I have a question.
this is Susanna.
Yes, it is. Hi.
Hi. What's your question?
It's about the auto ship. I find that very confusing. We we actually here in Australia, I believe, don't get a return on the year if we put our products on auto ship. I don't know if you're aware of that.
They just fixed it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
you're saying, yeah,
Just in the
carry on.
last month or so, they actually just fixed your auto ship down there. So if you're having trouble figuring it out, call Sizzle and they'll help you get it all set up. It's fixed.
All right. So what you're saying is it's best for all of us to be on auto ship as wealth builders as well. And when we're bringing in people to put them on auto ship too, which means they can change their order every month. They don't have to get the same stuff every month.
Yep.
Has Sizzle also added to remind people they've got an auto ship coming up? Or is it still up to the person that sets the auto ship to remember?
It's still up to the person to remember.
Okay, cool. No problem. So what you're
Yep.
saying is that's that added discount that we get if we do auto ship. That when does that appear, that 5% you talked about? Each
Instant. It goes right onto your order. So like I changed my auto ship. I change my auto ship probably every second month. But I changed my auto ship today, and so they tell you what your auto ship's going to cost, and then it recalculates it and it subtracts 5% instantly.
Okay, so do you see that 5%? Because we weren't seeing that at all, and everyone just abandoned it because it wasn't working properly.
You will now.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So what you're
Yep.
saying as a wealth builder, that's the two keys are, from what I've learnt today, that's brilliant, by the way, is go on auto ship, get 3 wealth builders and 3 customers, and get them all to get the same.
Get them all doing the exact same thing, and then go out and find 3 more wealth builders, because the magic, like I said, really starts to happen after number 6. So once you get if you've been in for a while, if you've been in for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years,
No.
whatever, go out and buy a wealth builder pack now, and you got your first 2 weeks. You can go out and you can build that, and you can get double bonus, wealth builder bonus on those first 3 if you do it in the first 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, also here in Australia, we've been told that we don't have the fortnightly calls anymore now, but we've also been told that those wealth builder packs are going to change so that they're going to add more wealth builder packs, and also people will be able to choose what they want as their starter wealth builder, but there won't be the discounts on that. Is that correct?
Yes, you'll have the wealth builder packs that have a built-in huge discount. Like I was saying on the call, where they put the discount in there. They've put them together in a way that they can give the big discount, right?
Yeah.
So if you make your own wealth builder pack, you don't get the big discount.
Sure.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the only thing. So I encourage people to buy one of the packs. Find a pack that you'll use the products, because you will use the products, and that, yeah. But
Yeah. Okay. And one last question. Have you heard anything about how Australia is tracking for opening?
How soon it's going to be opening down there?
How it's tracking, yeah, for now for opening. Do you know any more?
Well, I've been with Sisel now for 13 years, and I'm going to tell you, we got our own little clock, and it usually runs late.
Yeah, I thought so. That's cool. That's totally cool.
Yeah, when I first joined, they'd say, "Oh, it's going to be up and running in the next month," and I learned, no, that doesn't happen. It usually takes longer than what they think.
All right, so keep going the way we are, and keep inspiring people, and keep joining people, and get them onto Wealth Builder.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
it doesn't take long to order the products from the United States. So yeah.
Oh no, it's just a week turnaround for us, so we're pretty cool. So thank you. I really appreciate you, Kurt.
Oh, no problem.
Kurt,
Kurt.
you there, Kurt?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to go overboard on the age pill, and hold on, am I not on? Oh, go overboard on the age pill, and do I need to have that stemolytic with it as well?
Do you need to take the Stemolytics with the H pill? No.
Yeah.
But because the two work on different things. You know, the H pill really works on building NAD, which is the building block for ATP, which is the energy for your cells. It's like putting hydrogen fuel in your cells. And the Stemolytics, what that does is it gets rid of all the old dead stem cells, the stem cells that are really not just dead, they're dangerous, right? And that's the easiest way to describe the Stemolytics. So they both work on anti-aging, but they both work from different angles.
Right. Good. Thanks.
Okay.
Yep.
Anybody
Hello.
else?
Yeah, me, Cheryl.
Hello?
Oh, am I not on, obviously? You can't hear me.
Yep, I can. I
Oh,
think
you can
Carol
hear
is
me?
that. Yeah, Carol.
Yeah, Cheryl. I just have a question. When I started, which is when we all started, I signed up 2 Wealth Builders, but I didn't get my 3rd one. Is it too late to benefit from, that 2-week one, but still worth me doing it?
Well, so here's the deal on it. Yeah, you lost out on the 2-week deal, which, is a double bonus. So you're still going to get paid the $50. You're just not going to earn the double bonus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you still go out and do it, because the whole idea is, and now you go out, and of course, I'm guessing the first 2 that you signed up because you didn't understand it, you didn't have fun, you didn't help them find their first 3 in 2 weeks, right? And they didn't help their first 3.
Yeah, one of them do, yeah, but not 3. They did 2, but not 3.
Okay. Yeah. So you really want to push the idea of that, because, that's how you earn your money back. That's why they give the double bonus. And really, when you look at the whole idea behind the Wealth Builder, I know the architect behind it, Izzy, he put that thing together. And the whole idea was, that's how you help people get started in network marketing. And you get rid of this whole thing, that the whole stigma that, oh, it costs so much money to get into network marketing, right? Well, we got the Wealth Builder, and we just tell people, we say, well, what if I can help you get started for free, right? And so it's your enroller didn't help you do that, but it's not too late to go and build it, because now, remember I said the magic happens after you enroll the 6th Wealth Builder, right? So the magic doesn't happen on number 3. The magic happens after number 6, because after number 6, you start earning the bonuses on the first 3 of the first 3 of the first 3 of the first 3 to infinity. You get matching bonuses. Every time one of your first 3 makes a check, you get a matching bonus. Right?
So the thing that for me particularly, and for my team, we just sort of stopped, because we thought, well, now we don't benefit because we didn't do the 3, and it was quite late in the process. So we went, oh well, we didn't do the 3. So I think people were like, so it's nice to know that even though we haven't done the 3, that if we do it now, it's sort of, it's still, it would have been better if we'd done it earlier, but that's okay.
Yeah. The big thing isn't that you lost the money, right? Because obviously here you are and you didn't die because you didn't lose the money, right? And so, so the big thing isn't that. But the big thing is it changes your story, right? This is what I try and tell people. Everything that you do
Oh, yeah.
changes your story. And so what you want to do is you want to tell people from now on, you want to say, hey, Kurt, when I joined, I made a mistake, right? And then you pause, you say, I made a mistake, and just let that hang. And let them come back and say, what mistake did you make? And you say, I only enrolled 2 in my first 2 weeks. If I would have found 1 more, I would have made my money back. Right? You see the magic in that? Just being able to say it in the right way. So that's what you want to do now. Use your mistake to actually build your business. So from now on, you tell people, you say, I made a mistake. And then don't tell them what your mistake is. Make them ask you. Because otherwise they're not going to listen to you.
I was actually fortunate enough to make my money back, but it wasn't because I did that. So I just don't need to tell them that.
Yep. And so now you go out and the people that you didn't enroll as wealth builders, now you tell them the same thing. You say, oh, you should go back and enroll. You should buy the wealth builder pack. And then you should do this because now they can go out and they have 2 weeks, even though they might have been a distributor for a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, because they just freshly enrolled as a wealth builder. They've got 2 weeks to go out and build their wealth builder team.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. So what you're saying here then, just for me to clarify, even though I did the 2 and didn't do the 3rd in that 2 weeks, I haven't missed out, but I've missed out, if you know what, like, I missed
Yeah,
that
you missed
part.
out on, but you missed out
Okay.
on about $150. Who cares,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Who cares? So, but if I go back to those people that signed up at the same time as I did, but didn't do the Wealth Builder pack, I can actually say that to them, and it's like they've started from fresh
Yep. As a wealth builder. Yep.
as a wealth builder. So even though they've been in as long as me,
Yep.
they're just starting as a wealth builder. So they've got to get 3 in 2 weeks, have they?
Yep.
Oh, right.
Yep. And just tell them, just say, don't make the same mistake that I did.
Right.
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And then tell them, just say, and then just use those words. The magic is after you enroll your 6th wealth builder. Get your first 3 in the 2 weeks, but the magic starts after number 6. Okay. That's the key things to remember about the wealth builder. I mean, I've got people in my 24th level that I get paid on. I don't even know who they are.
Okay.
When I
Awesome.
have
That's fabulous.
when I'm 100 levels deep, I'm going to get paid on wealth builders in my 100th level, and I won't even know who they are.
So
Think
as I said,
about
that's people that signed up at the same time as me. So they're not new, but they're new to the Wealth Builder pack if they start building now.
They can start building their wealth builder right now.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Huh?
I
Good
thought
thing you
that
jumped.
they'd even lost out. They'd even lost out in that
No.
part. Oh,
No.
wow.
No.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's been worth being on this call just to hear that. Thank you very much. Much
You
appreciated.
bet. Good thing you're on
And
this
it's been
call.
great. It's been lovely. It's been really simple and easy and not too complicated. And I haven't got confused.
Yeah.
So
See,
thank
that's
you.
the whole thing. Everybody gets so confused with this comp plan because there's 8 profit centers. There's really 9 because of the rebates and that, it confuses people, but don't worry about that. You notice I didn't mention anything about any of the 8 profit centers. You don't have to know them.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing with us. I really appreciate it.
You bet. You bet. All right. Does anybody else have a question? All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us and joining me tonight. You
Oh,
know,
Kurt,
I
just a
enjoy
minute.
doing this. I mean, you can tell by the excitement in voice. I'm gonna go out and work this thing a little harder because I was on this call with all of you. So it not only helps you, but it helps me. And let's go out and do this. And then, you know, I don't know, it'll probably be 2 weeks. You know, next week's a holiday here in the United States, so I probably won't do a call. I'll be hanging out with my family. But and then I don't know. I don't know when Lisa's call is. I don't want to do the same time that she's doing it. So we'll do it on another week. I'll let you know, but I'll send out a copy of the recording. This was all recorded, so you'll be able to share this with your team. And I'll include the questions and answer part 2, just because I think that, you know, like the question that Cheryl had, how many people are thinking the same thing that she thought? All right. Have a
Kurt,
wonderful
before you
week,
go,
and
Kurt,
I'll talk to you in a couple weeks. All right.
Ah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
leave it.
Thanks, Ed.